Who's your emergency contact? Who should you notify in the case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. And when I was there, a lot of them TCs started coming into the feds. The ones from Glendale, they just got RICO. And I shared with you in a prior episode where one of them was killed in Lee County. But he was killed because he went in and tried to put in some work. He was there but a few months. Like if he was still alive, he'd be home right now. Because at the end of the day, laws came down that helped him and helped get all them Glendale TCs home. Because you know, when they got sentenced, the courts, the criminal justice system, they don't care what's right, what's wrong. They just see that these guys are a bunch of gangbangers and they wanted to throw the book at them. The homie Easy ended up with like 37 years. My homie Cap Mau, he ended up with 57 years. All these guys had decades to do. But through the grace of God, the courts finally honored the rules and laws and gave them the time that they should have gotten, which was nowhere near 3, 4, 5 decades. And now they're all home. They started coming home about 2019. But even though these guys are home, you know, a couple of them never made it back. Like the homie I mentioned, Lil Cuzlo, that was in Lee County. He went in to go punish a rat. And while they were doing that, he accidentally got stabbed by one of his homeboys in the back of the ear with an ice pick. Now, whether he didn't know or he knew but didn't want to say anything, he went to sleep that night and never woke up. You know, my condolences to his family. R.I.P. Lil Cuzlo. But he wasn't the only casualty that came out of Glendale. They had another youngster. He's a little brother of a friend of mine. My friend is Angilau. And he was there in Atwater with me. So on this particular morning, when I come out on the compound, you know, when you're in a place for so long or in the environment that we're in, you learn to have spider senses when there's something brewing, when there's something wrong. Not just when it's wrong and can be harmful to you, but just with the people around you, their body language, because we're all a creature of habits. When we come out, there's people that rush over to the dip bar. There's people that's trying to get on the handball court. There's people that's trying to play basketball, whatever. I can come out on the yard with my eyes closed and tell you with a 85-90% accuracy where everybody on the compound is, because everybody goes to their spot. Everybody in Atwater know where I'm going to be when the door is cracked. I'm going to be over there by my table setting up my poker game. The homie's going to be down the way setting up their dice game. We all have our daily routine. You know, on the days that I have like a medical visit or a visit and I'm not over there by my poker table, people start to wonder what happened to me. Did I go to the shoe? Did I get locked up? What's going on? Because they're so accustomed to seeing me where I am every day. So on this particular day, I come out and we're on yard 3. Yard 3's got 3 tables by the fence on the east side, 3 tables by the fence on the west side, a basketball court, a volleyball court, and a soccer field. And I look around and I see the homies powwowing. The homies at the time that was from Glendale that was there was Eazy-E, Scope Blow, Cap, and Nisa. They were over there. I can't hear what they were saying And I don't even know if they were even having a conversation, but the body language just looked like there was something terribly wrong. You know, they're the homie from Utah, so anything that has to do with them, I'm going to insert myself and I'm going to be concerned about it because that's just the way I am. I love my homies. You know, I love the ones out here from Utah and the ones that I met through the course of my time. And if there's anything that's brewing that is a danger to them, I'm going to insert myself every single time. And I have every single time. So I walk over there. I don't want to just walk and be like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah. You know, I walk over there and I wait. Because I know whatever it is, if it's important enough, if it's serious enough, they're going to share it with me. And if they don't, they don't. That's their business. But for my part, being a homie, I'm there to offer them whatever assistance with whatever situation, if possible. So one of them sees me. I think it may be Scope. And he looks at me. And I see that they have, I don't know how to explain the demeanor. Because there's something serious that is brewing. But it wasn't like they're mad about what's going on in the compound or anything. It was more of a sad vibe. Like I can remember that day like it was yesterday. You know, and I went and I asked him, I said, what's up? And I could see that Nisa had tears in his eyes. And that, you know, like their eyes was kind of puffy. That there's something there that was that was heavy on their heart. I was like, what's up, man? I said, man, Nisa's little brother just got killed. His name is Siale Angilau. He's from Glendale, TCG. That morning he was over here in Utah. While we were in Atwater, he was over here in Utah going to trial. And during his trial, somebody showed up to testify against him. And the person that showed up to testify against him was from their hood, their childhood friend. They grew up in Glendale together. They know each other. I'm sure when they were younger, they used to stay at each other's house, have sleepovers, put in work together, all that. By any account, they were homies, they were brothers. But like, you know, like I emphasize a lot in these episodes is that, you know, where I make my t-shirt, my hoodies, you got a lot of these dudes out here that want that life, that want all the accolades, all the prestige, all the rewards that comes with being a gangster. But they don't want to pay the price that it costs to be able to do that. They're not willing to shed the tears, spill the blood, and all the other things that it takes to earn whatever it is, that status, that title, that image. They just want it without putting in the work. They sit there next to you and they act like they the homie. They sit there next to you and act like they down and with the shit. But soon as something goes wrong, they're talking about, oh, I found God, I'm changing my life, and, well, I'm going to send the rest of you guys to prison and get myself out of jail. You know, when I say we don't tell on people, these are the people that I'm talking about. When I tell you I hate the way I feel about busters and rats, these are the individuals I'm talking about. I'm not talking about some civilian in the community witnessing a crime and wants to do the right thing. No, I'm talking about that fool that's sitting next to you. Talking about he can be trusted. Talking about he's your dog. And then when shit gets hot, he's throwing you in the fire while he weasels his way out. Those are the people that I have adamant feelings towards. Because who are they to decide that their life, that their freedom is more valuable than the next man, or is more valuable than mine? But again, I want to emphasize this too. These dudes out here in the streets, they know some of their homies are busters. But they make the excuse like, oh, he was young when he did that, or he's my cousin, or he's my brother-in-law. You know me, if you're not going to bust their head, at the very least, don't bring them around. Don't have anything to do with them, but especially don't bring them around to other people so they can fuck them other people too when the opportunity comes up. But you can't sit at a table and talk this gangster shit if the people around you are foul. Let's get that straight. You either live by it or you don't. And if you live by the things that comes, these codes that we abide by, that we've written down, that we swear our life to, then there's no room for the other bullshit. If a motherfucker don't live up to it, get him the fuck away from you. For one reason, and it's the only reason, because that dude is gonna end up being a detriment to your health, your freedom, and your life. And it's so sad. And rest in peace to the little homie's brother, that they have to learn this lesson this way. There might have been rumors, there might have been incidents that where they had an idea that this dude wasn't right, but he was still the homie. Still kicking it. Still claiming the hood or whatever. And then when they got caught up in the RICO, he showed up to testify against the homie. And the homie being him, having his, the only reason you go and did what he tried to do was because his heart was broken. This wasn't just a civilian out in the community taking a stand. It was a motherfucker that probably ate at his house, slept at his house. Somebody that he cared about and called a brother. But now he's up there on the fucking stand betraying him. So the homie got up, walked around his attorney, grabbed a pen, and rushed the witness stand. He jumped over the witness stand, took a swipe at that rat, and the marshals dumped on him. You know, you can watch the video, you can hear the gunshots. Like, you know, I'm not sure what direction I was taking this to, but it's just, I feel some type of way when we have good homies losing their lives over busters, over these dudes that pretend to be about it, but in the end are willing to send their own mother, their brothers, their dad, and everybody else under the sun up the river just to save their own skin. You know, there's a lot of things that I've done that I'm not proud of. But I can look at myself in the mirror And whether you agree with things I've done, I've set a standards for myself. And it's not something I say and repeat as I end a video. These are the things that I believe in. These are the things that I'm trying to embody other individuals with. If you're not with it, go to school, go to church, go live your life, get a job, whatever. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to let you know, man, be true to whatever it is that you buy, that you sign up for. Be a man about your shit. Set standards for yourself. Only you know what you are capable of. Only you know what you can handle, what you're willing to do and not willing to do in certain situations. You got to come to a point where you're able to truthfully evaluate yourself. So, 1, you don't get yourself hurt. And 2, you don't hurt other people around you. You know if you're a buster. If you're a buster, stay the fuck out the way. Stop causing havoc around these other dudes, man. And if you're a real dude, then live up to those standards. We know what is not acceptable. And don't accept them. Like I said, whether you agree with the things I've done or not, I have standards. I don't violate kids. I don't violate women. And I don't tell on people. Welcome to the USP.